don't praise no one but him, so why should I? No put faith in a man, just look to the east and here shall I. But faith without work is dead, so me never stop working yet. Although struggle is real, still I hold it out stronger than steel. Dog man milk for this to high firm. Muscle every day so paper must earn. No faith in a God, so soon I might turn. When me pray for my way, me not make it wrong turn. Yeah, enough of them want me fall, but him not left my side. So up on jam my God, now them gonna take my life. And just say don't praise no one but him, so why should I? Put faith in a man, just look to the east and here shall I. But faith without work is dead, so me never stop working yet. Although struggle is real, still I hold it out stronger than steel. So yeah, better don't try give up, man. Life is a long road, sometimes you must fall. But that's not the time for you sit down and ball. When everything else fail, point at Jamaica. No phone, I wish life could have restart. You get the next strike on a different path, but you feel grateful for anything we you want. Don't get you knock a flow by the mercy of God, yeah, yeah. Just I don't praise no one but him, so why should I? No put faith in a man, just look to the east and here shall I. But faith without work is dead, so me never stop working yet. Although struggle is real, still I hold it down stronger than steel, yeah, yeah. Just I don't praise no man but him, so why should I?
The APNU-AFC campaigned on a youth platform in 2015, and during the 2015 to 2020 period, we saw how they treated young people. They broke all their promises to the young people. They held no senior positions in the government. The promise of the National Youth Council was not achieved, even though it was in their 100-day plan. And as a matter of fact, President David Granger at the time said that it is not government's responsibility to create jobs for young people. It was President Ali that established the National Youth Council and is the People's Progressive Party civic government that has been standing with young people and working with young people for their own personal development. So young people, beware that they will come around again and make promises they won't keep. Remember, the grass is not always green up on the other side.
See, we got to make it out. My life then couldn't take mine. Got to watch your head side. Come from the worst, but me try to live the best life, so me couldn't left mine. No for them just body not the most, so me coming like a landslide from the hillside. Looking at the mirror, know me proud. So me got the vision, every man no see it now. So we there up on a meditation and try to get rid of from me elevation. Watching how they try to put him up on the top. Dirty hard people now have the best hand out. But you are walking, and I get chopped till the lies you don't be talking. Boy, on up and get thanks for the make. You the amount of negativity about you is a rage. When me by myself out to the father, me be paid. Need a little balance for the things that me be facing. Need a little blessings, cause me have been really waiting. So me have to take the skills, cause it's too heavy. Get lost in the lies. Not once but twice, yeah. They don't want us to thrive. So we there up on a meditation and try to get me down from me elevation. Watching how they try to put him up on the top. Dirty hard people now have the best hand out. But you are walking, and I get trapped in the lies and don't be talking. Boy, on up and get thanks up for the making. The amount of negativity, the amount of is a raging. Yeah, still I think about the choice. Would you really give your soul to live a better life? So me rather pray to God and watch my blessings multiply. No fear demons, got the Father by my side. Oh, lonely road, oh, Lord, no. Let me give you a little advice. Now everybody dig, man, vibe. Try to get rid of from me elevation. Watching how they try to put them up on the top. But the hard people have the best eyes. Oh, so watching how they walking, and I get trapped in the lies that don't be talking. just hold on up and get thanks for the making. Cut them out the negativity about your race. See when me by myself out to the Father, me be patient. Need a little balance for the things I may be facing. Need a little blessings, cause me I be really waiting. I me have me really waiting, cause it's too heavy, get lost in the life. Not once, but not twice. One is a twice. Why we always stay up on a meditation. Try to get rid of me up on a mess start. But you know they try to put them on the top. Reaching out to voodoo out to road a red mark. And I got chopped in the eyes, I don't be talking. And get thanks up for the making them out of negativity about it's a raging.
I'll get back to you. TikTok. Here's something that you didn't know. There's a lot of talk going on about biometrics. But what a lot of Guyanese don't know is that on election day, all of the polling staff, as well as every single polling agent representing each political party, is given a document called a folio. This document is a colored document that has a photograph of every single elector who is on the voters list. It has their name, the ID card number, the address, and other details of each elector so that every polling agent and GCOM staff can verify the identity of every elector on the list, even if they don't have an ID card to vote. This is one of the most significant measures to ensure that the elections are free and fair. The APNU AFC is using biometrics as a distraction from their bad policies and broken promises. And that is why they are bad for Guyana. And the PPPC remains the best choice.
From the islands, from the east to the west side, that's my land. The secret was my home. So that's my home. So when me been a suffer, nobody not been a fight for me. Now everybody want a piece of. We start to reach the symbol and where before them bring exam to find a health for me. We know how that fill up their minds, you see. And how that make them a rival way. Me just wish them could have seen all of the years they been a suffer like that. Me say forever, forever and ever. A secret boy my own. A secret boy my own. From the islands and rivers and mountains surrounding, the love in my heart is resounding. I'm loving Guyana, my country, but a secret boy is forever my own. Remember childhood days, the by the riverside and laugh and play. The black water when I learned to swim back then, still living in my memories. Always try live good with neighbors. From them cry we offer assistance. And when we didn't have much, everybody liked us. That's why we don't believe that. When we see it on the media, yo, them coulda tried claim peace of my land. When we never see none of them when struggle me not go on. Yo, what kind of leader? Fight down poor people for land where them grow up on. Most generous people in the world. From anyone knocked we are open windows. But forever, forever and ever, a secret boy is my home. A secret boy is my own. Yeah. From the islands and rivers and mountains surrounding, the love in my heart is resounding. I'm loving Guyana, my country, but a secret boy is forever my own. Forever my own. A secret boy is my own. Secret boy is my own. Yeah. So forever, forever, forever. A secret boy is forever my own. From the island.
Here's something that you didn't know. Sustainable Development Goal number 6 speaks to ensuring that everybody has access to clean water and sanitation by 2030. Here in Guyana, our government has stipulated that by 2025, we should have 100% access to water in the hinterland regions. In 2020, when we took office, hinterland water coverage was 45%. Today, as we are almost at the end of 2024, we have achieved 94% water coverage in the hinterland, and by next year, we will achieve 100% access. We take care of our Amerindian brothers and sisters.
News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wide in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Wake up, the day is bright, time to feel the flow. Turn your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we've got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, or toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. Livewire, we'll give you the way. To the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects, it's where people meet. We're wired to your world, we got the news. On Livewire, there's nothing to lose. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Oh, Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour.
Good morning, guys, and welcome down to another episode of Livewire. It's the 8th of January, 2025, and we're here yet again for another episode. Thank you guys for being here. To all the persons joining us across to all the persons across the 10 administrative regions, good morning to you. To the persons, Guyanese, I should say. Correcting myself a lot this morning. To the Guyanese across the diaspora, good morning to you as well. Welcome down to the program. Special good morning to all the persons in the comment section. We have Dennis Ramlal, morning to you. Vishnu Chintaman joining us from Pennsylvania. Riaz Ali, morning to you. Balwant Danraj. Chris, Rajendra Singh, good morning to you. Mohammed Isaf, Nadi, morning to you. Rahim Amarali, morning to you. You got some names when you try to call it and you can't, and you go to the next one, is leave you confused. But anyway, Rahim Amarali, morning to you. Derek Drupal, morning to you. Special good morning to Miss Bob out of Mocha. I realized that they stop harassing y'all in the back there a little bit. I'm glad. Dial Sukram, morning to you, brother. Hope you had a great night at work. I guess you're catching some rest, so get back out at it again. Keep grinding, brother. Keep grinding, and trying to achieve what you're trying to achieve, even in your upper years. So could you imagine Dial Sukram, I don't know his exact age, but I'm sure he's over 50, has 2 jobs in the United States. And bam, bam, vex because people in Borby's got to get up and look for work. You understand? Anyway, Savitri Rose, morning to you. Savitri Rose, morning to Prasad Pati joining us from KT. Omar Sharif joining us from NYC. Asif Hamad, morning to you. Faisal Ghani. Leroy Mangal, morning to my brother joining us from New York City. Morning to Joseph Satar. Special good morning to my brother Deshaun Abrams, coming to us. I think he's at home right now in our fancy new young professional scheme that I didn't do the production to show y'all on yet. We can get it done though. We get it done. Procrastinating a little bit. Sorry, I can fix it. 2025 is not for them kind of thing. Chitra Sukraj, morning to you. Special good morning to Miss Andrea Matthews in the large area there. Bisnunath Mohan, morning to you. Philip Diabru, Suknandan Bud, Alan Khan, Sir Mosley, Sunita Sukraj, David Prasad, Wazim Nabi. Who else do we have here? Vera Badar, morning to you. Teresa, morning to you as well. Pam, morning to you, and Trevor. I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning. Lance Henry, morning to you. Eunice Raghubir, special good morning to you and Rita. Anthony Wong joining us from Canada. Henry Jagdio, morning to you. Cecil Rampasad, good morning to you. So wait, Pam, sing on this show on Facebook and on YouTube. All right, you're making sure you're covered. I appreciate that. Richard Stanislas, morning to you. Padma Balwan, morning to you. Joe Nabi John joining us from Canada as well. Good morning to you. Leslie Mangal, morning to you. Jasoda Budram, Krishna Durat, Marlon Boyce, Gayatri Baldio, Mike Bishram, good morning to you and the rest of the family. Tosiram Chetty, morning to you. Lola Harry, who else? Sally Jones, special good morning to you. Uncle Ronald, who will big up. Maureen Razio, morning to you. Ramesh Prasad, special good morning to all the Ashbys. I know where they did, but morning to all of them. The big ones, the little ones, and the ones that just come. Morning to all you guys. Hope you guys are having a wonderful morning wherever you are. Christopher Prasad, morning to you as well. 63 years old. 63 years old. Dial Sukram. 2 jobs at 63. And bam bam. Telling people foolishness. 63 years old. Right? I hope you're recovering from the flu there, Dial. Geeta Narayan, morning to you. Reni Prasad. Ashmi Bazdio, good morning to you. Dave Itwar, Salome Saran, morning to you. I call that already. Roman Harilal, morning to you. Donna Alfonso, morning to you. And that is it. And let's get into it for today. Guys, I hope you're having a wonderful morning wherever you are. And we got a couple of things to discuss this morning. Now, first of all, Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, the Honorable Sonia Prag, would have shared with the media during their end-of-year press conference some of the stats in relation to the initiatives that fall under their purview at that ministry. Now, one of the key things that was mentioned is over 15,283 part-time workers were employed. And this reflects a 50% growth from the 10,750 workers that were employed since 2022. Now, 10 billion annually as an investment is a significant commitment to this project for the year of 2024. Now, she also went on to talk about women leading in the workforce. Now, 75% of the workforce, you can, based on the stats that they took, 75% of the workforce are women. Now, 11,457 of the total workers are women, showcasing, how would you say, an inclusive administration. You heard yesterday, for the persons who were able to look at the press conference by Minister Hamilton, there was a higher number of women going after these heavy duty machine, heavy duty equipment operator courses. More women doing the plumbing course. Well, I should say courses that are traditionally male driven. So the government has been pushing for females to get involved in these things. I was in Oriala, I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago, with the BIT program, and they had several females there who completed the heavy duty operators course. Now, this one of the women that I spoke to said that before she did the course, all she did was work at a shop in the community. Now, through government involvement, there's supposed to be I think it's a bauxite company that's supposed to be doing, is bauxite or gold? I think it's bauxite, man. In the Oriala area there, they're supposed to be setting up soon. Now she has an opportunity to be employed as a heavy equipment operator. There was a young lady, Alicia Duggan. I did a production with her some time back. Morning to you, Tracy Martindale. Khalifa Hill, morning to you, buddy. Gomiti Singh, Roy Jaffarali, morning to you. Guys, don't forget to check out Grill Masters. It's Grill Masters, yes. Grill Masters when you're in Region 6, give them a call and get something nice to eat. Right? So, Alicia Duggan, very small size young lady from Region 6 as well, I think she was. And she had so much options in her life. She could have walked off jobs like she had in good. So she did the BIT course. She started at a job in Region 3. She didn't like that no more. She went to Gitsby. She didn't like that no more. She went to someplace else. But she could have done that because she was certified. And she didn't have to pay a cent for it. So I say that to show how women have been transitioning from the traditional jobs into some of the jobs that wait, excuse me. So they've been transitioning from these traditional jobs into jobs that were more male dominated, and they are, progressing and moving forward. Right? Now, the minister also spoke about the inclusivity in the hinterland regions. Now, out of the workforce, the 75% workforce that she spoke of being women, 2,558 of those workers, those females, hails from regions 1, 7, and 9. And that shows that these programs are expanding into areas, the hinterland areas, so that there is the same amount of benefit that persons derive from living on the coastland. They have those same opportunities in the hinterland, right? Now, with these jobs, workers earn $40,000 for 10 days of work each month, directly boosting a household's earnings. So even if a husband was the only person providing, there's now that extra income to either go to bills, ration, or whatsoever. And it also gives them an opportunity to get some work experience under their belt as well. So I'm pretty happy that the ministry has been moving forward with this initiative, and persons are actually trying to benefit from the part-time jobs program. Now, let's move on to Linden a bit. Now, as you would know, the president was up there. He was there with several ministers of government. I think I saw the Minister of Housing, the Minister of Culture, Youth and Sport, the Minister of Public Works. Who else was there? Minister within the Ministry of Public Works as well, Minister Indar. Now, they had a meeting in Victory Valley Region 10, and out of that meeting, there will be a new community sporting facility. Now, President Ali would have made this announcement about the construction of a local sporting and boxing gym in Victory Valley Region 10, right? I told y'all yesterday about the used tires that the former administration thought that Victory Valley deserved. And I think they're still there for you to go today and check. And I told you who the persons that made it, the agency that it went through, and I was there. I think last year I showed y'all pictures with Granger standing up there with the used tires that they paint up. That's how they felt about the people in Victory Valley, right? Now, this will be a community-led development. Now, the project will be spearheaded by Men on Mission and the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport, but local community members will actively participate in the construction. Now, there will be a focus on youth empowerment. The facility will also provide training and recreational opportunities for young people in that region. And this, in turn, will foster community engagement and athletic development. Now, in relation to President Ali's vision for community participation, the emphasis is on community labor. Now, President Ali stressed that projects like these should have full community participation to ensure a sense of ownership and sustainability, right? I got to say something, but I said no. Sorry, I ain't gonna say it. Left it alone for now. Right? So the initiative reflects like the government's strategy in terms of empowering communities by involving residents in the development of these projects. Now, if residents there have a hand in building it, they'll have a hand in maintaining it. I would have learned that through my early stages of the President Youth Award program. Now, a part of that program that let's get vexed when I think about it. A part of that program was for you to do community service activities. Now, these activities were geared at, allowing young Guyanese to give back to their communities. Now, we did several projects. One of those projects was at the police headquarters there in Ivleary, just outside the commissioner's building there. We planted some flowers and things like that. And I think it was about 2 or 3 years after I passed and I saw some missing and, it was looking a little scanty. And I feel upset because I know I put my labor there. You understand? So these kinds of things are, if you take part in the building process, you're more likely, if you see somebody destroying it or you see somebody doing stupidness there, you would want to say, man, what are you doing? Hold a focus. You understand? Now, besides this development in Victory Valley, there is the ongoing project of the Mackenzie Multipurpose International Stadium. Now, President Ali provided an update on the stadium project in Linden, and it is expected to be completed by mid-2025. Now, what are the key features of this stadium? Raised outfield and international standard pitch, automated irrigation system, ICC approved for floodlights for night events, a capacity for 4,000 spectators with 2 stands, a grassy mount seating area, right? So the stadium, with its completion by mid this year, will also bring opportunities for events to be held in Linden. Where the Mackenzie Sport Club was, you could have hosted an international event, but it would have been a bad look. Based on what was there, it would have been a bad look. You understand? Now, there's also the synthetic track that is under construction at the Bay Rock Community Center. Now, this track now features an 8-lane synthetic track, and this will also enhance the athletic, the persons or the youths engaged in athletics in the region. I don't know which educational district Linden is, the number that it falls in. It is not 10. That is a whole different numbering system. But Linden when there is the inter-school games, which is hosted usually at the national stadium, Linden often trunks all the other regions in relation to track and field, usually, you know, and also it will give Linden an opportunity to host that event. So instead of bringing everybody to Georgetown for track and field, carry them to Linden. Let the people from the other school districts go to Linden and spend some money. They stay in there, they can spend money, they can create economic activity in the area. So, something that Blam Blam or Bam Bam don't understand in Burbies, that stadium will do there as well. Promoters going to want to host events at the stadium, Burbies and Linden. But they don't see the big picture. Now, this initiative is a part of the government's effort to expand modern sports facilities beyond Georgetown, supporting regional and national competitions. Now, 4.6 billion was allocated for sports development in 2024. Now, this reflects a major commitment to boost sports infrastructure, and athletic performance across Guyana. These investments aim to equip the young athletes with world-class facilities to compete at a higher level, fostering talent from all regions. So think about it. With the synthetic track there, which is of international standards, I know about the one in Lenora, but the fact that Lindeners would usually train on grass, the fact that they have the synthetic track now, they'll be better prepared for these international competitions. So again, we see heavy investment in sport, education, health across the regions. And Linden is not left out. Region 10 is not left out. Region 10 is not left out. We've seen housing, employment, all of that increase in Region 10. And that was something Region 10 persons were complaining about. So I honestly hope that the few who have not opened their eyes to what is happening for them in the region, they do so quickly. Now, moving on, there was a judgment in relation to the 2016 incident or the collision that happened at the Chedijagan International Airport. Now, the High Court ruled that Caribbean Airlines, its pilots, and the new Tamiri handling services were liable for the 2016 collision at the Chedijagan International Airport. Now, Justice Priya Sunarayan Bihari found that the incident resulted from negligence by multiple parties. The ruling brought closure to the legal battle that began with Fly Jamaica's lawsuit back in 2018. Now, the incident occurred on November 29, 2016, when a Caribbean Airlines Boeing 737-800 collided with a parked Fly Jamaica Boeing 767-319-319ER, causing extensive damage. Now, the lawsuit was initiated by Fly Jamaica, which argued that Caribbean Airlines pilots and the ground handling team failed to exercise proper caution. Now, the pilots, some of the key findings by the courts were the pilots obeyed air traffic control instructions by using the taxiway Charlie Bravo instead of Charlie Alpha, leading to the dangerous close parking of the aircraft. Now, Justice Sunarayan Bihari noted that the pilots breached their duty of care by ignoring airport directive against taxiing behind parked Boeing, the parked Boeing 767. Now, the court ruled that the ground handling team, the new Tamiri handling services, also contributed by failing to warn the pilots until 4 seconds before the collision. This is like when I get the invite to the AFC press conference 4 minutes before it starts. Look, anyway, sorry. The Guyana Civil Aviation Authority and the Chedijagan International Airport Corporation were both cleared of negligence. The court found no evidence of non-compliance with international safety standards by these entities. Claims by Caribbean Airlines that the taxiway center lines were improperly placed were dismissed for lack of supporting evidence. You hear the piece, lack of supporting evidence. We come into that. Now, consequences. Damages and legal costs will now be assessed, and all parties required to submit written arguments. The court acknowledged that Fly Jamaica incurred significant financial losses due to the incident. The collision rendered Fly Jamaica's aircraft inoperable and contributing to operational disruptions. Now, in terms of the legal representation, right? In terms of the people who were saying, man, look, the markings on the ground incorrect, but it had no evidence of the incorrect markings. Guess who represents Caribbean Airlines? None other than our boy, the Honorable Nigel Hughes. Enram Karan represented the New Tamiri Handling Services, while Devindra Kisoon and Natasha Vera represented the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority. Senior Counsel Robin Stobie represented the Chedi Jagan International Airport. Now, this ruling highlights the importance of strict adherence to the ATC instructions and proper ground handling protocol to provide to avoid, I should say, similar incidents in the future. And it serves as a reminder to airline operators and airport authorities of the need for enhanced safety measures and better communication among all parties involved in aircraft operations. Now, just to give you a little context, Fly Jamaica, that came about, I think it was sometime in 2013. They ended up filing for bankruptcy in 2019. You understand? So if you look at it, things pick up 2013, they had a flip in 2015, and by 2019, they're out of business. Out of business. You take that however you want it. You understand? Start a business in 2013. 2 years after, they had a change of government. Then you had an environment that was not conducive for the growth of businesses. So they had to end up filing for bankruptcy. You understand? Anyway, I'm glad the matter is resolved, and, I hope the relevant persons will be able to, get a little compensation. I'm getting a little time to abuse now. So, Leonard Craig, a former AFC member, criticized the party's oil and gas spokesperson, Mr. Vincent Adams, for making what he deemed, Leonard Craig, as callous, careless, and shallow statements on the oil revenues. Now, in my capacity as a journalist, I have attended the AFC press conference, and I have attempted on several occasions, because Mr. Adams likes to say on occasion that this contract was a contract from since under the Janet Jagan administration. It came from that period. And what I often ask him, and he refuses to respond to, is the contract you're talking about, that you're saying was a PPP contract. Was this contract for exploration, where we didn't know what was there, or it was for production, where we know we got millions of barrels of oil, so we are at a better negotiating position? And he dances around that all the time. I give you my example again. So I have this cup, and Pam Singh comes to me and says, Courdel, I see this cup. This cup looks like it got potential, right? My cup is covered. I can't do the younger see. The cup is covered. And Pam Singh say, you know something, Courdel, I could open this cup so we could see you inside and see if we could make some money. So I did a contract with Pam Singh to say, Pam, here's what. You going in this cup to see what there. If you find anything, we're going to split it. If you don't find nothing, it is what it is. But you see where you find. Pam went. Pam find nothing. Right? Pam find nothing. Pam left my cup and went her way. Then Sally Jones come and said, Courdel, Pam know what she been doing. Give me a chance. Pam does do cosmetology. She know about cup. Give me a chance. I know about the cup. So Sally Jones now goes here, tests, and finds out what is in the cup. How me, Courdel Jones, making the same arrangement with, but they might say it's conflict interest because she's a Jones too. But we related. All Jones isn't related. But you understand where I'm coming from? How am I making the same deal that I made with Pam Singh with Sally Jones when I now know what is in the cup? So that is why I'm asking Vincent Adams, sir. Based on the fact that the former Minister of Natural Resources knew what the fine was, the type of fine, the magnitude of the fine, that he knew that it was sweet, light crude, not the heavy bunkers, seeing all them craziness that, everywhere else got. We got the fancy oil, the nice oil. Why would you make the same arrangement that you had when you didn't know what you have? It don't make no sense. Now, Craig accused the AFC of slapping together responses to the vice president's press conference without conducting thorough research. And this we could reference in relation to the Exim Bank money for the bridge. No, is the bridge or the gas to shore project? The gas to shore project. So David Patterson sat week after week. No. I maintain my position. There's been no approval for the contract. I don't know why Jacques was lying. Going on week after week. Week after week. You understand? Demerara waves. And listen, if it's one thing with them, Dennis Shibral, I would say, I think he's impartial. I think so. I don't think Dennis on anybody's side. Dennis is just writing news. Because Dennis Shibral went and contact the bank. And the bank said, yes, they get this thing, it's going through. It is approved, but it's going through another, some 30 days, something. Same thing the vice president had said at his press conference. Now, Dennis Shibral write a story and say, well, yes, I call, and these people tell me, I've been reliably informed that there's been no approval for this project. Stupidness. You understand? Stupidness. So I do agree with Mr. Craig. You don't hear the AFC come with any policy document or suggesting to Guyanese that, okay, so we've been doing this, let's go down this direction. No, they're demanding that the current administration do all the things that they didn't do when they were in government. You understand? Like this Chief Justice and the Chancellor thing. Why y'all weren't at Granger protesting outside the place and going on like your hair ain't good? Huh? You didn't know that Granger had the ability to consult with the opposition leader and make these appointments? Come on, man. Now, back to Leonard Craig's criticism of Mr. Adams' assessment of cost oil and profit oil. Now, Adams misinterpreted the distinction between the two, cost oil and profit oil, suggesting that Guyana would not receive the full 50% share of profit oil. So Craig corrected Adams, clarifying that production costs are deducted from cost oil. The remaining portion, after you deduct your production cost, which costs you to dig up on however you process it, wherever it is, whatever is your production cost, the remaining portion of it, after you take out your production cost, is profit oil. And that is split 50-50 between Guyana and the oil operators. Now, Craig emphasized that regardless of the size of production cost, the remaining oil is 100% profit oil. You understand? And Guyana receives 50% of that amount. Now, Craig also noted that the 2% royalty is based on gross production and not an additional percentage of profit oil. The royalties fluctuate based on the size of the production cost, but is consistently derived from the total output. Now, Craig dismissed Adams' claim that the government failed to renegotiate the Starbrook Block PSA, highlighting that no administration, including Granger's PNC or this one, has promised to renegotiate the existing PSA. None of them. Now, Craig also argued that the AFC, the focus on influencing future PSAs, that's what they should focus on. Influencing future PSAs rather than pursuing non-issues or revisiting arguments that neither the government nor them say that they're going to change. Now, Craig also criticized the AFC for failing to propose meaningful contributions to improve future oil agreements, suggesting that the party is distracted and detached by unnecessary internal debates. Now, he urged the AFC to pay closer attention to emerging agreements and policy enhancements to ensure that Guyana, maximizes its oil wealth. Now, Craig highlighted the importance of profit oil in driving Guyana's economic growth, noting that as exploration costs are recovered, Guyana's share of oil revenue continues to increase. So the burgeoning oil and gas sector has positioned Guyana as one of the fastest growing economies globally. But what these people don't understand is that it's the fastest growing economy. We ain't done grow yet. So whilst we jump ahead of people who are already established, we're still in that growing phase. So after Leonard Craig dealt with this, the AFC jump out with a press statement. Now, the AFC press statement, instead of looking at it analytically, what Leonard Craig said, and debunking it, personal attacks. So the statement from the AFC focused more on personal attacks and discrediting Leonard Craig than addressing the core issues surrounding the oil and gas policy. So is what Mr. Craig saying so? Is profit oil split 50-50 between Guyana and the companies after cost oil is removed? Is it so? Yes or no? So the lack of a structural or factual rebuttal suggests that the AFC is unable to provide credible counter arguments to Craig's critique of Vincent Adams. So there was also a reliance on character assassination instead of, again, addressing the substantive issues. And this reflects poorly on the credibility and the transparency of that entity. Now, Craig's arguments highlight the misinterpretation by Adams regarding the calculation of cost oil and profit oil. The fact that the AFC failed to adequately defend Adams' incorrect interpretation of oil profits suggests they are unwilling to acknowledge fundamental errors in their messaging. So y'all remember when I asked Kemra Dramditan, I said, man, the dossier said one thing. You said something else. Who we should believe? And if you're saying believe us now, are you saying that you would have submitted wrong information to the US government in relation to what you claimed happened at the 2020 elections? Trouble. No, they want to deal with that. So, Guyana's share in oil profits is derived after, again, for the persons who may not understand, after cost oil is removed. The government receives 50% of that. Now, AFC references Dr. Adams' role as, or I should say, his role in securing Exxon's oil spill guarantee overlooks the fact that the current government successfully negotiated additional safeguards beyond the AFC's initial framework. Now, the PPPC administration strengthened the EPA's oversight and negotiated higher environmental standards and insurance commitments, ensuring greater protection for Guyana in the case of an oil spill. Judge Kissoon's ruling reflects the current government's proactive stance in ensuring Guyana's interests and environmental safety is upheld, contrary to the narrative in the AFC's press statement. Again, if you do a little research and look for the Global Witness report, you'll find out that the AFC failed to address, well, matter of fact, wait. The Global Witness report, titled Signed Away, that report raised significant concerns regarding the 2016 production sharing agreement between Guyana and Exxon. Now, what did the report say? One, it called for an investigation. Global Witness urged an investigation into the role of the then Natural Resource Minister, Raphael Trotman, suggesting that he expedited the signing of the Exxon deal despite advice to seek more information. The report estimated that the terms negotiated could have resulted in Guyana losing up to 55 billion US. What else did the report say? Conflict of interest. The report highlighted a potential conflict of interest, and we know it now, involving Mr. Nigel Hughes, one of the lawyers that has been losing a lot of cases in the High Court lately, right? And the husband of a minister of government, serving as legal counsel for ExxonMobil, which according to Global Witness might have influenced the favorable terms for the granting of the expediting of the signing of the contract. Who could tell me that Nigel Hughes, well, no, let me say though, I am suggesting that there's a high possibility. I'm alleging there's a high possibility. Gotta be careful. I am alleging that there's a high possibility that there was communication between these people. These people are from the same political party. You are telling me that Cathy Hughes, when she go home, don't discuss her day with her husband? Foolishness. I discuss my day with my partner. How my day went, what do, who said what. Let me tell you something. Married people or people in relationship, they start all the office business at home. All. So I am sure, even if Nigel C. wasn't part of the cabinet and he wasn't in government at the time and foolishness, you know what's been going on. You were a former head of the party. You telling me you don't have access to Raphael Trotman? Both of y'all are attorneys. What are you telling me? Nonsense. Now, the government of Guyana rejected at the time the AP and UFC government of Guyana at the time. Oh boy, just a second. Right, sorry about that. So the government at the time, the AP and UFC government, rejected the report's findings. The same persons now who like to talk about reports from international organizations and inviting the international organizations to investigation and international agencies to do this, and we need international help with this and that. You know how the AFC stay very foreign-minded. Only the international people can do it. We can't do it locally. You understand? They rejected the international report as baseless and sensational. Officials at that time contended that the report sought to influence the upcoming elections and assured citizens of substantial future earnings from oil. Right? Now, listen to this. In January of 2021, the Global Witness withdrew the signed away report, stating that it focused on the focus was inconsistent with the organization's heightened emphasis on climate change. However, Global Witness maintained that the evidence presented in the report was credible and stood by its integrity. Now, in 2023, Raphael Trotman expressed regret over heeding ExxonMobil's advice to remain silent about the PSA's terms. Now he acknowledged that the agreement could have been renegotiated if the Guyana government decides. That is the kind of foolishness that you get from this group. So when they're now trying to tell people about everything under the sun about oil and gas, I'm glad that a former member would have come out and say, hey, you're talking foolishness. You're talking foolishness. Right? Now, AFC's claim of being technical experts is contradicting by their track record of poor governance and mismanagement in negotiating the Exxon contract. Under the AFC-led Ministry of Natural Resources, and that's what I want people to remember, the Ministry of Natural Resources was headed by an AFC member. Guyana secured one of the lowest royalty rates globally, while other countries negotiated significantly better terms. The AFC's leadership, including Adams and Trotman, failed to capitalize on Guyana's strong bargaining position, resulting in a one-side contract favoring Exxon. So again, I say to you, the fact that Vincent Adams likes to mention this contract under Janet Jagan, the parameters weren't the same. There was no significant find. We didn't know the type of oil. We don't know the quantity. So now we know the type and the quantity. Raphael Trotman and team and Raphael Trotman et al. Were supposed to negotiate better. And they didn't. All they're doing now is trying to deflect and place blame on other persons for their shortcomings. Right? So since the government, the Irfan Ali-led government has been voted into office, there has been a drastic improvement in Guyana's oil sector management, leading to record economic growth and increased revenue for this nation. In 2024 alone, Guyana's economy was projected to grow by 30%, with oil revenues fueling infrastructure, education, and healthcare improvements. The government and its handling of the oil revenues directly benefits citizens through initiatives like cash grants, road infrastructure, housing projects. Now, I want us to take a little look at the hypocrisy of the AFC on oil and gas policy, and their so-called expertise. The AFC's attack on Leonard Craig as unqualified disregards the fact that Craig's arguments align with economic realities and official oil revenue data. AFC's praise of Vincent Adams as an expert contradicts their failure to acknowledge his misleading statements regarding Profit Oil, a fundamental error that discredits Adams as an expert. Now, in the AFC, there seems to be a lot of internal division and I dare say weak policy direction. The aggressive response by the AFC, it highlights that If you leave that party and you dare criticize it, you're in trouble. And it reflects their struggle to maintain relevance by attacking former members instead of focusing on policy improvement. Have we heard anything from the AFC recently in terms of improving or hearing from them, asking the government to do something that they didn't do as they were in government? Did they bring any new aspect to any one of these, or a new aspect to the local content policy? A new aspect to flaring, or how better to deal with flaring? No. Probably an idea to probably get more out of the gas assure project? No. So indeed, as Mr. Craig said, they usually don't have anything to tell you. So they wait for Thursday for the vice president to have his press conference. And then they put together a lackluster, not evidence-based press conference for the Guyanese people. Right? So there's a heavy reliance on outdated rhetoric, Janet Jagan and the contract, Janet Jagan, and a failure to present policy alternatives to demonstrate their ability the inability to lead Guyana or the Guyanese oil and gas sector. Now, what we must acknowledge is that under this administration, Guyana's Sovereign Wealth Fund has grown to record levels. And this will support long-term economic development. This administration, and I dare say the one coming after it, continues to secure better deals with international investors and enhancing local content policies, ensuring that more Guyanese benefit from the oil boom. These attacks by the AFC or Leonard Craig is a desperate attempt to divert attention from their own missteps in managing the oil and gas sector. What we've seen from this administration is a transparent, pragmatic approach to oil and gas, which will ensure that Guyana's wealth benefits the entire population and not just a selected few. Not just a selected few, as we would have seen under their tenure. But the funny thing is, this is always the team that will tell you, friends, family, and favorites. Friends, family, and favorites. Friends, family, and favorites. Right? Trouble. Anyway, guys, I got to head down into Georgetown a little early today. So we're closing off 10 minutes early and get back this 10 minutes tomorrow. We're supposed to be on tonight with Behind the Agenda. So please ensure you guys set the time. We'll be starting at 7:30. Myself and Joel Bagwodin. Be careful on the roadways today. The blind closed. I can't see if it's raining outside. But the kids are back at school. And I really appreciate how the Minister of Education has been interacting with, well, I shouldn't say how she has been interacting, because she's always been very active at these school events, school closing, school opening, CXE, CAPE exam. She's out at the schools, encouraging the children before they go into the exam room. I think that's really important, and it's a good look for a Minister of Education that you are actually in the field, because usually, I mean, this is her mode of operation normally, but we've had ministers of education from previous administrations that were office bugs. They never leave the office, so they don't know what's happening on the ground. So I saw that the minister gave a opening message on the first day of school for Monday for the students. And she was on hand to ring the bell to call some of the classes to order. And I must say hats off to the Ministry of Education for pursuing an agenda that will ensure that Guyana's future is secure by educating the future generations of Guyanese that will come to lead this country, and by extension, the government of Guyana. So besides the school system, again, just this morning or last night, I was saying to someone, there's so many opportunities for you to upgrade yourself free of cost. Free of cost. So many opportunities. So if you had a rough life, you didn't get to finish school and all kind of thing, they got classes for you to go to have a equivalency certificate. Once you have that, you could go to UG, which is free now. You could go to Gold. Advance yourself. Advance yourself. So I want y'all to understand that yesterday, I can't remember if I showed y'all the PNC flyer. I couldn't, because I called the UGSS president. I couldn't understand how people with a brain, encouraging persons to support them because they're going to do what is already being done. How I really don't think this group cares about the supporters. And I really don't think the supporters care how this group make them look. Because the level of foolishness that I see as promotional ads or whatever for the party, it doesn't make sense to me. They talk about a $400,000 minimum wage or something like that, and did nothing close to that in terms of increasing salary other than for themselves. So who are you really fooling? Who are you fooling? I saw Melly Mel posted some photos of some sporting facilities in Linden saying that the government lied, they didn't do this, they didn't do that. I just wanted to make it clear. A lot of those facilities fall under regional and NDC purview. Not every ground that they got fall under the responsibility of the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport. And I dare say to you, if Minister Ramson had gone to all those grounds and say, you know something, this is foolishness. Do this, make the ground up to standard. You know they would have turned and holler? No consultation. They come in to do their own thing. They didn't talk to us about it. When what you have is trash. The Mackenzie Sports Club, what it was before, I don't care who vex, was trash. Probably in its heyday, it was wonderful, a wonderful sporting facility. But as of 2023 December, I can't remember when the construction started and they broke it down. But as of 2023, what was the old facility? Complete trash. The best thing at that facility was the basketball court, and that and all was worries. That and all was worries. So when the false prophet and them had jump up and, oh, we don't want this here, and wow. Could you imagine the government building an international facility in Linden for cricket and other sports? One at Bay Rock in Linden for football and other sports. And he upset. He want the stupidness that being there to remain there. That's why I tell y'all, the government sometimes is damned if they do, damned if they don't. Damned if they do, damned if they don't. And that's why I appreciated what the Rasta guy said. I played this video here the other day. There is no time that the government gonna please every Guyanese. No matter what they do. No matter what they do. Even if they were giving away $1 million, $5 million, $10 million to every Guyanese, somebody gonna say they had to get more. Somebody gonna feel they deserve more. Right? If they give away house to people, somebody gonna say They deserve the house more than the person that get it. But guess what? They probably ain't even full up the farm to benefit from the free house, but they're owing. Do you know this got people that would call me and say, man, we could do for the house, lad. I said, but when you apply, me apply yet, man. I just want to cuss up. Because I'm like, how you calling somebody to help you? You understand? And you ain't even in the system. That's like you expecting to win the lotto and you ain't buy no ticket. You got the winning numbers in your mind, but you ain't buy no ticket. We're all with you. Y'all head good? Some of y'all head good? Anyway, I hope that persons are cognizant of what's happening around them. And if you don't know, ask. There's so many opportunities for education, business grant, all kind of thing. But if you don't bid, if you don't find out what is available, you can't benefit. If you know how you can benefit. You understand? I'm trying to stretch y'all till 9 o'clock. Y'all are a serious bunch. I seen y'all in the comments there about me little early ending. You bet. Trouble. Shaquila Bridgel, how you doing? Who else we got here? Dale Henry. Anyway, guys, I gone, man. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'll see y'all here tomorrow. I'll see y'all here this evening for Behind the Agenda. Continue to be good, Guyanese. Love your neighbor, even if your neighbor love you. Just be good and Jesus Christ, y'all slow down on the road. Slow down on the road, buddy. So many accidents. How you as a driver realize like you're doing too much? At least you yourself should know, well, hey, look, Dale Henry, the mayor, the regional chairman, that's a whole nother story up there. And that's the sad thing, you know. I personally believe, this is my personal opinion, that this PNC group, they prefer to have their constituents suffer than benefit from something that they themselves didn't want to give their own constituents. So in Linden, there's no significant development that you can look at and say, this happened under the PNC, PNUFC. There's nothing. Bayrock wrong that bill in there, PPP. The cricket ground, PPP. The road that going from Linden to Mabura, they're walking on now, PPP. So I am saying, there people ain't even move the bridge, the 1-lane bridge. The 1-lane bridge that these people had for years. You understand? The 1-lane bridge these people had for years. The AP and you didn't even want to change to them. Left them there. Y'all cross one at a time, one side at a time. We don't care about you. Anyway, guys, I must say this morning, the music you were listening to is from Timeless Music. We're going to try to play some local artists once the lyrics okay and clean and stuff. We can try to push, play some of the music so you could hear. I spoke about music evolving in Guyana, and I'm glad that we have, more catchy things to listen to than the usual, right? So these few songs are from Timeless Music. I think some of the artists are B-Nick, Augustus, and, well, I know, praise no man, I know he named Pride Ganga producer for me. Anyway, guys, I am out of here. And as I usually say before I go, President Ali, oh, yeah. As I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. These timeless songs that start quick. Me regular songs don't do this to me. Peace, love, one.
Hey, let's move.
Just a dumb praise no one but him, so why should I? No put faith in a man, just look to the east and he'll Shaddai. But faith without work is dead, so me never stop working yet. Although struggle is real, still I want it out stronger than steel. Dog man milk for this to high firm. Hustle every day so paper must earn. No faith in a God, so soon I my turn. When me pray for my way, me not make it wrong turn. Yeah, enough of them want me fall, but him not left my side. So up on my God, now them gonna take my life. And just say don't praise no one but him, so why should I? No put faith in a man, just look to the east and he'll Shaddai. But faith without work is dead, so me never stop working yet. Although struggle is real, still I want the toe stronger than steel. So yeah, better don't try give up, man. Life is a long road, sometimes you must fall. But that's not the time for you to sit down and ball. When everything else fails, find that Jamaica. No phone, I wish life could have restart. You get the next stripe on a different path, but you feel grateful for anything we you want. Don't let you not go flow by the mercy of God, yeah, yeah. Just I don't praise no one but him, so why should I? No put faith in a man, just look to the east and he'll Shaddai. But faith without work is dead, so me never.
See, we got to make it out. My life then couldn't take mine. Got to watch your head side. Come from the worst, but me try to live the best life, so me couldn't left mine. No for them just body not the most, so me coming like a landslide from the hillside. Looking at the mirror, know me proud. So me got the vision, every man no see it now. So we there up on a meditation and try to get rid of from me elevation. Watching how they try to put him up on the top. Dirty hard people now have the best hand out. But you know they're walking, and I get trapped in the lies and don't be talking. Boy, on up and get thanks for the make. You the mountain negativity, the about you is a rage. When me by myself out to the Father, me be page. Need a little balance for the things that me be facing. Need a little blessings, cause me have been really waiting. So me have to take the skills, cause it's too heavy. Get lost in the lies. Not once but twice, yeah. They don't want us to thrive. So we there up on a meditation and try to get me down from my elevation. Watching how they try to put him up on the top. Dirty hard people.